Hi everyone, this is Don Summers from Tapion House here in St. Lucia. Beautiful day here. I just wanted to take a few minutes and introduce everyone to the litter of puppies that Rosie had last week. Now if you don't know the story of Rosie or aren't familiar with the backstory, I'll just take a moment or two to go over that. We live across the road from the Royal St. Lucian Police Academy, and there was a small pack of dogs. Coco was one of the male dogs. Stubby was the pack leader, and there was a little girl there named Lexi that was kind of the harem for Coco and Stubby. A few weeks ago, Stubby became quite ill. He was a very nice dog, very gentle, but a number of things caused him to lose weight, and unfortunately he crossed the Rainbow Bridge some time ago. A couple weeks later, my wife was able to find a home for the little female there, Lexi, and she was adopted, and that left just Coco. Coco was very lonely, and for a little while he stopped eating. He lost a lot of weight. It seemed he was going to go the same way as Coco, as Stubby. My wife managed to get hold of him and to take him to our veterinarian, Dr. Keith Scotland, at the St. Lucia Animal Hospital. And unfortunately, as she took him out of the vehicle, he slipped his collar and ran away. My wife Doris was devastated by this. And she felt horrible for the longest time. Now, this is relevant because about a week and a half later, a very nice couple from the UK came to stay with us, George and Denise. And about 4 days into their stay, and after hearing the story of Coco, they heard a dog in distress in the vacant lot next to Tapion House. And the two of them, along with Doris, went into the lot and they found an abandoned dog, which was actually Rosie. Now Rosie is new to us. She was clearly pregnant. She appears to have had a home because she was in fairly good shape, looked relatively well cared for. I suspect that because she was pregnant she was abandoned, but that's only a guess on my part. So George and Denise took Rosie in, and for about a week and a half of their 2-week vacation, they doted on her. They took her places, they gave her lots of love and attention, and made sure she was fed and watered and just generally taken care of. Unfortunately, they had to leave before Rosie gave birth to her pups, and about 2 weeks after they left, she did give birth. Now, we took her in here to the upstairs of Tapion House, and you can probably hear her puppies right now. She gave birth last week, about 8 days ago, to 8 pups, 5 males, 3 females, and I just wanted to take a few moments and introduce you to the puppies, let you know what their names are, because they've all been named now. Their eyes are starting to open. Now, if you've been following the US elections at all, I'm sure you've heard about Mr. Trump and his basket of deplorables. And here we have, in St. Lucia, a basket of adorables. So, let me show you each of them. Let me show you what they look like, tell you what each of their names are. Yes, sweetheart, poor things. So the first of the males, he's a little gentleman. He's quite dark. He has Rottweiler type colorings and markings. He's a very sweet boy. He's a tubby little guy. Has a full tail. Not all the puppies do. And his name is Nero because he's just such a regal and dignified little gentleman. And we hope we find a very nice home for him. I apologize, that's just one of the local tour helicopters going by. This little gentleman looks a lot like Nero, except he's more of a chocolatey color. He's also got a full tail. Hello, sweetheart. And he's hungry. But he's a chocolate type color, very sweet. And his name is CJ, which is short for Coco Jr. George, Denise, and Doris suspect that Coco, the dog from the police academy, is in fact the father of all of these pups. I know, sweetheart. We'll get you inside into the air conditioning soon. So that's why he's named Coco. Oh, let's see here. Here we have little Stubby. He has just the barest stub of a tail. He's a very nice chocolate color. Unfortunately, he does have a little bit of a skin infection, which is on the mend. We took him in to see Dr. Scotland at the St. Lucia Animal Hospital, and he was given a shot of antibiotics. And he's healing up quite nicely. He's going to be just fine. And your eyes are open, aren't they, sweetheart? Yes. You are gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Yeah, we'll get you into air conditioning. You go see Mom. Here is the first of the females. This is Zinni. Zinni was a very nice lady from Canada who was the first person outside of the SLAPS organization to take a puppy to Canada. So in honor of Zinni and the very nice favor she did for a puppy, Rosie, who is now living in Canada and doing very, very well, this is little Zinni. And as you can see, she's doing very nicely. She's a little tubby girl, and her eyes are open as well. And she's a sweetheart. Come here, sweetie. And here's the second of the females. This little girl, oh, Rosie's busting a move. Let me just readjust here. This little girl is Vanessa. Vanessa is the lady that sort of started all of this. She noticed Bruno, who is still with us here, down at the Hardest Hard in the Banana Traffic Circle, and she started the process for him to be saved, and he's doing very, very well. And she works very hard to receive the puppies and other dogs that we send up to Canada in Toronto. She makes about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from St. Catharines in Ontario up to Toronto every time we send dogs up there. The plane arrives about 9:30 at night, so she doesn't even see the dogs till about 10:30 at the earliest, and then she still has to drive home and of course work the next day. She's a very compassionate lady, and so thank you very much to her and Vanessa. This is your namesake. Thanks, sweetheart. Like little sweetheart. This little gentleman, well, big gentleman, this is Juno. Because we sent so many of the puppies to Canada, we decided to name one of them in honor of Canada. And if you don't know why Juno is important to Canada, read a history book. But this little gentleman is just a sweetheart. Again, very healthy, just a beautiful, beautiful puppy, and he's going to grow into a nice big boy. Now we have two little twins here. I know, sweetheart. It's awful warm, eh? One is a female and one is male. This little lady is Denise. Now, she loves to cuddle with her direct twin, who looks almost identical to her. The two of them are almost inseparable. They stay together all the time, and they always look out for one another, as best as puppies can. They just snuggle, they're inseparable. So this is Denise, and she is named, of course, after Denise and George, who saved Rosie and all of them. And the loud little gentleman back here, hi sweetie, this is George. And He is Denise's most immediate twin. He is a happy boy. He's doing very, very well. And he's awful warm, as they all are. So we're going to get them back into the air conditioning because they like to sleep in the air-conditioned bedroom for their afternoon nap. But I hope you've enjoyed meeting each of the puppies and seeing how they're doing. And what I would ask is, if you are willing, and only if you can afford it, please consider visiting www.stluciaanimals.org and consider making a donation. Whether or not you can afford it, if you could share this video and perhaps encourage others to donate or at least raise awareness. Thank you so much. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, and hopefully we'll see you in St. Lucia sometime. Bye-bye.